Opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Welcome to the wonderful world of wellness with Dr. Andy Mencia. This medical program heard from 7 to 7:30 each Saturday right here on WSBR 740 AM is brought to you by the Adult and Geriatric Center under the medical direction of geriatrician Dr. Andy Mencia.
Well, good morning, good morning.
Good morning. So the holidays are here.
They are.
Yeah, what is the holidays supposed to bring? Joy and cheer.
They're supposed to. But the holiday can be very stressful. It can bring a lot of anger. It can bring conflicts among family members. You know, imagine people that come to Florida, a lot of people that live in Florida, they live here because they have retired. They come here to retire. And we have family all over. I have my sister that is coming from Germany. My brother that live in Massachusetts. The other one live in Philadelphia. People that live in Hawaii. And people travel all over. My sister called me and said, we're going to get together in Texas. You want to come? And then we're going to Las Vegas. I said, well, not really. I'm working.
You're right.
I am working. It's interesting, you know, when you go and visit grandma and grandpa, and the kids or the grandkids come to the house, and they try to rearrange your house. I say, look at the closet. We need to fix the closet. Or look at the living room. We have to get this fixed.
I like it that way, Dr. Mencia.
Exactly. People like things the way they have it. And it can become stressful when you get all these family members coming over and they mean good. They mean good, but they have to ask, what do you think if we together rearrange the living room?
Okay, but wait, back up. When someone comes and they're a guest, why don't they just be a guest and not rearrange and not even think about it?
Exactly.
Why do they have to even bring that stress?
Exactly. So the thing to do is to say, let's go out, let's do things together at the right time. Because, as we age, we have our structure of the day. The thing that you like to do when you get up in the morning, you have to go and brush your teeth or your denture, clean them up and what have you. You have your structure. You don't want that to be messed with. So people need to work around those things, that when the family members are coming there, that we can bring a lot of happiness, but we can bring also a lot of stress, unnecessary stress, to the people that are inviting us as guests. So it is important that we sort of respect their space and the structure of how they are used of living. We just want to be there and have them enjoy us as family members that are there.
Well, Dr. Mencia, last week you did a great program on anxiety and depression, and we heard from a lot of people. And why is it that pops its crazy neck during the holiday? Why would people why do they get depressed at a holiday when they should be happy?
Well, the holidays, the expectation, the media has a lot to do with it. The media raises the expectation of what they expect people to be doing. So you look at the media, you look at the commercials, and you don't see people relaxing. You see people buying stuff. Everybody's buying cars, buying houses, buying jewelry, buy. And if you don't have the budget to go and buy, you feel less than. Everybody's on a party, everybody's on a boat, but you might not want to do that. You might just want to be with your loved one and have a romantic dinner, and that's it.
I'm glad
enough.
You brought that up. The Boca, we're supposed to be having a little economic, problems.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You go to Boca Raton, you go to their mall. I stand there and I say, where is the economic problem here?
I agree with you.
And it's like people are buying everything. It's going like crazy. And So I'm sure someone could go there and be very depressed.
Absolutely. And, you go to the supermarket just to buy milk, and you see all these carts and all these people. You say, well, where do they get the money to go shopping? And people are just going to watch people. It's crazy. And it's the media, the commercial sort of incentivize people to just go out and do things. And, you have to be disciplined to fight that and not to buy into it, not to buy into the media stimulating you to go and spend the money you don't have.
So that could definitely lead to depression. And
Absolutely.
Then let's talk
and a
about
lot of anxiety.
Anxiety, but the stress, too. I think before we were saying about stress. Holidays are stressful. Why do we even have them? I mean,
Why do we have them?
It's like who's off. I had a big thing with my staff. They want more time off, and I said, we don't have more time off. It's
Exactly.
a whole stressful thing here.
Exactly. And, I write a quote every day for my staff.
You do?
Yes. And the quote yesterday was related to that if we want to fulfill our objective for the end of the year, while other people are having fun and resting, those people that really want to be successful, they keep striving, they keep full steam ahead. And, I see a lot of people taking time off. There's a party here, there's a party there. People jumping from party to party. Every company wants to have a party and it can, the productivity can go down. And it's interesting when I saw a patient yesterday that came to see me and say, Dr. Mencia, thank God that you were able to see me last weekend, because when I went to see my lung specialist, say, if I would not have started the 2 antibiotics you gave me and the prednisone, I could have ended up in the hospital intubated. Mm-hmm. So I'm so happy you were able to see me that day. So that was on a Saturday. So imagine if I would have been in a party or been closed that day, that would have been one of my patients with bronchopneumonia and being intubated and probably would have died or something from an infection. So, I think if we want to be productive, we want to, be productive member of society, there's time to fly and there is time to rest, like the old Chinese saying goes.
Okay. Well, maybe it's my age coming through, but I remember when I worked, we worked all day, and then the nighttime was the time for the party.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know if there's a party here, there's a party there, but when are we working?
Exactly.
And so things have
people,
changed.
Exactly. A lot of people now, you see in the company, they don't want to have party after 5. They want to have the party like between 12 and 3 or between, during work hours, Okay, so you get 2 or 3 hours out of work to have a party. But there are other people that don't want to have a party, especially if you work on the healthcare field or, there are people that are sick that they want to be taken care of. If you're like a car dealer or something, then go ahead, have your party. Doesn't work.
Yeah, and they work that's interesting you should mention that, because my son sells Toyotas over at Lipton Toyota. Let me tell you, he's working 7 days a week from early in the morning until late at night. I mean, so car dealers are really working hard.
They're working hard.
Because that's when people want to buy.
Exactly. And it's a lot of people, they're looking for bargain and what have you. And,
buying their big...
spending money that they don't have, really.
Yeah, well, I think it all comes down to the value system of what you think is important. And the other thing is the kids, I think of today, this is probably shouldn't say this, but Christmas time, they get too many things. We used to get 1 or 2 big things.
Exactly.
But now it's all this stuff. And then, you don't, when you give somebody something, then they look at, okay, thank you, and it's over. It's like, I want to give it to them 2 months ahead of time. Every week, just one at a time, then they get to play
with
Hanukkah. It. Yeah. Not quite, but you're right. Yeah, but it's
one
kind
gift
of...
at a time.
Because it is, I think it's a whole value system that's changed. But let's go back to AGI Medical and Dental Centers. I know it's been your dream. You've been so successful with this now. You have one in Boynton Beach, the same one in Fort Lauderdale. You're open on Saturdays. You've done so many things. You have your home visit services. for homebound patients, and you really have created something very, very exciting. Do you find, though, with this that a lot of the patients who came to you have great expectations from you, more than you can even offer them? And I say that because they think that, you're the doctor, and no matter what they have, that you can take care of it. You can take care of a lot, but
exactly. And one of the things, my objective is always to surpass the expectation of the consumer. As a business person, right? You wanna always do better than what the person expects, and we do great doing that. We always do better. People that come in, they end up with a cup of coffee, and people that come in to see us, they end up with a free dental examination. So we do so much that sometimes the patient, I don't have time now. Can I get my free dental some other time? Sure. So we try to serve the patient and make sure they come whether sick or worried, but they leave happy and stress-free.
The reason I bring it up is because I see people who are like 250 pounds overweight, and they come to your center. Maybe they're having breathing problems, and there's only so much you can do, Dr. Mencia, for someone that's not
compliance. There is no compliance.
Doing other things.
Oh no! At the same time, we are realistic. But having said that, if I have a person that I know is an alcoholic, that I know is obese and is affecting their life, I let them know this is what's going on, but I'm here to help you when you are ready. I cannot force myself into somebody's life. Otherwise, we go back to the stressful of people coming to your house and changing your life. So I'm there for people. I am there for them.
Yeah.
But when they are ready, so they know. Okay, I know I'm have problem drinking or gambling or eating food and what have you. And I see it with my staff. I see people in my staff with eating problem and different kind of behavioral problem. But I wait for them to say, "Can you help me?" And then I step in. Until that motivation does not come from the other side, that person have not opened the door for you to enter.
So it's like my saying, "Listen, while you're here, can you clean out my closet? I don't have the time."
Right.
As compared to
exactly.
saying nothing. So
exactly.
That's a very good point you brought up. So people who work in a medical or dental office they're supposed to be, I guess, the shining example of what is good, but it doesn't always happen,
it
does it?
Doesn't always happen like that. And I tell, I even tell my dental department, I'm very involved with the dental staff, and I tell my dental department, when we get a patient there, and you open the mouth and you examine their teeth and what have you, and you see so much stuff that need to be done, always ask the patient, what is it that is bothering you? That's the most important thing. Because if you come in with toothache, yes, I might need a root canal, I might need this, I might need that. Let me get rid of your toothache first. Let's get rid of the problem that is bothering you now. And then we can talk about as a professional what I think we can do to make your smile better. And, that's so important. A lot of times you go to a dentist and you have a toothache and, they come to my office and they say, "Oh, my God, doctor, I went to a dentist and they want to charge me $8,000 for a toothache." I say, "No way." But they want to charge you $8,000 for all the work they see that you need done. The toothache is maybe $100. So, take care of the immediate problem. And then we talk about the rest. So, you get patients that come in, they have a headache. And they come in, the headache could be because the blood pressure is high. So when we do the complete workup, and we notice that the cholesterol is high, the good cholesterol is low. So, okay, you need to start taking fish oil. So we see those other problems, but the immediate problem is let's bring down the blood pressure, either with homeopathic or medication or the combination of the two, so that your headache will go away. And then we can tackle all the other things that we see as a professional. And always working with the patient and always working, there are people that they don't want to take medication. They are happy to see the dietitian and work with the dietitian. I have one of my retired police officers from 9/11 that every time he comes here, he sees me. And his cholesterol, and he's, in great shape. He's in great shape, young guy in his late 40s. And he just relocated here. He's trying to do a full relocation, move here full time. But he just bought a house, and his girlfriend still works in New York, so they are trying to make the transition. And when he came in, his cholesterol was high. But he's very into natural stuff, and that's why he liked to come to my office. So he was so happy when I told him, he already saw a doctor in New York. They want to put him on cholesterol medication. And I say, no, I think, you are very health conscious. So let me have you work with a dietitian. And he goes, but doctor, if you know that I'm health conscious, what do you think I need a dietitian? I said, because you need a coach. Just like you need a coach to keep that beautiful body you have, you need a coach to keep, work with your diet that can do better than I can do to help you out and spend an hour with you going on. And he was so happy when he came down. The same day we put him, because he's here visiting from New York. Same day we put him with the dietitian, came down, and he said, wow, I'm so happy I saw her.
Yeah, that's good advice, and that's what you told me to do, and I haven't fit her into my schedule yet, but I need to do it after we clean out the closet, right? Mm-hmm. But, Dr. Mencia, one other thing that I think people get very sad about during this time, when people have lost loved ones, because it's the memories.
The memories, right, the memory. And it's important when you lose somebody, don't be shy to pull out some of the memorabilia you have from that person, and talk to that person. Talk to that person after that person is there in the room with you. And the worst thing to do is to keep feeling inside. Some of us that live by ourselves, there's nothing wrong with singing. Sing one of those songs he or she used to love. Do some of those things that he or she used to love to do. And that will, you'll be amazed how that's the best antidepressant you can have.
Ah, those are good words. Very, very good words. So I guess what Dr. Mencia is saying is that, the holidays are here, and I'm sure a lot of people sometimes people have been married for 45, 50 years, and they say, and then they've lost a spouse. I mean, I don't know how they could go on. I don't even know how they do that. But, I know what you've just said, but it's that's very hard, Dr. Mencia.
Well, we have to go on because, if you imagine that loved one in heaven looking down at you, what do that person want us to be? They want us to be happy. They want us to care, to show that we care, but they want us to be happy. If you lose your mother or your father during this time, mom and dad probably want us to be happy. So whatever you do that brings happiness on you, that you fight that depression, you fight that sadness, that loneliness, the person looking down from heaven will smile down at you, and will say bravo, for being, for fighting.
Yeah,
this.
well, that's good advice. It's hard to come by. My advice is to get a dog. Because it's true.
Get a pet, absolutely.
Get a pet, or a cat. But why is it? And I know you're not a vet, but you know so many things. What is it about a little animal that really takes away a lot of pain?
They don't talk back to you.
They don't want to rearrange your closet.
It's unconditional companionship. That's what a pet is all about. It's a unconditional companionship. And, as a psychologist, I can tell you that a lot of time companionship among humans can be very conditional. People will come and say, okay, if I'm keeping you company, if you're going to cook, are you cooking only for yourself if I'm here? Well, a pet doesn't really care. You can cook for yourself. It's unconditional companionship. If I don't feel like making a big meal, yes, I might just cook for myself. So imagine your grandmother coming in to keep you company, and she cannot cook. Grandma cannot cook for everybody. But she might be able to make a little cup of tea just for herself, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong. It's unconditional companionship. And and that's the beauty of a pet, that there's nothing, we tend to demand too much, human to human, when we have companionship. And I have a couple that come in, and they are fighting because one of the guy will do his clothes and not do the other guy's clothes. And he goes like, if he's doing the clothes, he should have done my clothes too. I said,
oh boy,
there's nothing wrong with that, Did you ask him why? So I asked him, I said, why did you do your clothes alone? He said, because it was too much. I had too much clothes and I'm traveling, so I have to get my clothes ready, and I couldn't put his clothes in. So I say, that's a perfect explanation.
Yeah.
And he said, you could have said that to me. We didn't have to bring this to Dr. Mencia.
Do people bring?
Never asked me.
do people bring a lot of things like this to you? A lot of personal things?
Yes, absolutely. Because I believe in the biopsychosocial aspect of medicine. A lot of times, a little hug to a patient, a kiss to a nice lady, make things better. And that's the social aspect. As physicians, I guess, and a healthcare provider, we cannot be 100% objective, because then we become a computer. I think we have to keep that human touch. And I'm always, willing to listen. A lot of times, the patient will come and ask all the staff to step outside, and they talk privately with me one-on-one and say, Doctor, I just need a minute of your time. I want to talk to you. Just you alone.
Ina is sitting here, and we don't get her to talk very much, but
she talks too much.
No, but Ina, you, in fact, just hold on, because I want to talk to you.
Don't talk yet.
Hold on. I got to get these phone numbers, because people are saying, well, okay, I want to go there. How do I get there? All right. If you're listening here in the south part of South Florida, we can get you to the Fort Lauderdale office, which is 954-489-1345. They are open on Saturdays. They're located on East Commercial Boulevard, very close to Holy Cross Hospital. So it's 954-489-1345. Now, the exciting news is they have the most gorgeous office. They've just opened up in Boynton Beach, and they have a very strong dental department there as well as medical, and they're located a little bit, well, if you took Boynton Beach Boulevard, or you took Atlantic Avenue, and you went up to Hagen Ranch Road, that's just approximate idea. But let me give you their phone number. You have to make an appointment. It's 561-270-6494. 561-270-6494, and you can go on their website, which is AGI for AGIFL.com. AGIFL.com. Okay, now it's your turn on the hot seat. You work long hours, and you're always there at the office in Fort Lauderdale. You hear all these things that Dr. Mencia talks about. Mm-hmm. And I know you observe them also, don't you? I mean, you're probably amazed at the kinds of things that he's able to just get taken care of. I mean, with his busy schedule, you watch how he goes in office, and then, don't you? You just be careful what you say, or you'll...
No, absolutely. A lot of times I even might not look like I listen to what he say, but I really do. Especially when it comes to my son, because I'm a single parent with my son, and a lot of times he gives me an advice how to be the right mom for my son. And especially, and as well as with the patients in the office, he always teaches. All his employees, the staff in the office, call him the coach.
Yeah.
He's a perfect coach. He teach people, and he's good at it.
Yeah, he is. I guess you like that role, don't you, Dr.
Yeah.
Mencia?
And sometimes we are a team. We just work as a team. We get patients that come in, and I say, Tina, you have to do this, and Ina, you have to do that. Patricia, do this. And it's one patient, but we all work together as a team. One is calling the pharmacy, the other one is calling the insurance. And before the patient leave, because the patient at home, they call the pharmacy say one thing, they call the doctor office, they say another thing. They call the insurance, and they don't know who's telling. They come like, who's telling me the truth? I don't know who's telling me the truth. I don't know either. Let's get it together. So we all call all the different components at once with the patient there. And
that's wonderful.
Before the patient leave, we come up with a solution. And
that's so unusual.
It's such a great relief for them.
Yeah,
no, that's what patients like.
Yeah, they need to, because
they leave and everything is taken care of.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And I know how horrible it is to go home and not well.
And for the week coming up, we are
just close
on the 24th.
No, we're going to be open. We're going to be open on the 24th till noontime.
Okay.
And we are completely closed on the Christmas Day, the 25th. And we are going to be back on Friday, the 26th. And we are open on Saturday, the 27th.
That's great.
Regular
and if there
hours.
is an emergency,
if there is an emergency, don't think. A lot of people close for the whole week. So we are open. We are only closing for...
Well, half a day on Christmas Eve and then Christmas, right?
And then Christmas.
So, but you have the phone number. It's 954-489-1345. And if there's really an emergency other than 911, we know about that.
Right, exactly.
But if it's something that you need that you didn't know, leave a message, and Dr. Mencia, I'm sure somebody,
even on the 24th, we have seen
that.
dental emergency that that have come in.
Well, it's been wonderful. I guess I'll see you next week, and I hope everybody has a wonderful
Happy holidays and Merry Christmas.
Yeah, happy holidays. Okay, we're going to just go take a break. We're going to be back with the most exciting book. It's called Smokey Bear, The Cub Who Left His Paw Prints on History. And we're going to be talking to the author of this, Karen. So just stay with us. Thanks for listening to The Wonderful World of Wellness with Dr. Andy Mencia. Be sure to tune in each Saturday morning from 7 to 7:30 right here on WSBR 740 AM.